Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King. And today I'm going to be giving you part 5 of What If Naruto was given a second chance. Remember to get this one to 300 likes as usual. Share this to all of your friends in your social media platform. And also, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto. Learn the clone's secret in the beginning and enjoy that guys. Later on, I'm going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto was the Osusuke King. So stay tuned for that and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm also going to be posting a new episode of What If Naruto got his memory sealed away over an Anime King too. So stay tuned for that as well guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice and you enjoy the videos on both Anime King and Anime King 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and your support, and yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new episode? Begin the intro. So the last time we left off, Naruto was having a wonderful dream about his past. Being at a brothel with over 20 plus girls. Until he was woken up by feeling something soft in his hand, realizing that he was touching Uncle's breast. As she had sneaked into his bed, he invited her to come over to have dinner with him and Yujiro. But giving her one of the guest rooms didn't seem to be enough for her. As she wanted to tease him, Yujiro came in the room after hearing talking. As she asked Uncle what the hell is she doing here. Uncle just chuckled nervously. As Yujiro was talking about Naruto's hair, Uncle tried to hold him down, but Uncle was surprised when he lifted her up off him. As she was surprised to see how strong he was, Naruto decided to leave the room and allowed the both of them to sleep, as he went to one of the many guest rooms. The next morning, Naruto went and visited Tenten, as she's been wanting to see his blades. As she was asking him who made them for him, but Naruto told her that he can't tell her, it was a secret. As she eventually accepted, as he gave her to look them over for the day, seeing that her father Kaido also wanted to look them over. So he left. Arrived in the academy, it was same as usual, as Ino brought Naruto ramen, which made him really happy. As he decided to tease Kiba, seeing that Kiba was a bit pissed that the girls were paying attention to Naruto now, as he rested head on Ino's shoulder, making her blush and making Kiba pissed. As Aruka came in and congratulated all of them after telling Naruto to get out of Ino's lap, saying that he was resting his head on her lap, but Naruto simply yawned and said he was tired. As Aruka named out the squads, Sakura was overjoyed that she was in a squad with Sasuke. Ino was a bit sad as she wanted to be in a squad with Naruto, but Naruto told her it was fine, it's not like they're not going to see each other around the village. As Kiba figured that he was in a squad with Hinata, well, seeing that she was the only girl on his squad, he should probably try and get to know her. As the Jonin Sensei's then came, Kurenai came into the room as she saw the Kyuubi kid looking at her strangely, as Naruto was having a thought. Back in his old life when she lost Osama, well, things were different as she didn't have a kid, and she was depressed a lot. Naruto lost Jiraiya Sensei, and he met her at a bar one day, and they became, well, 6 buddies, as they do it on a regular basis, but nothing too personal or nothing too attaching. Well, seeing that none of them were kind of looking for a relationship. After that, the other Jonin Senseis came. Naruto left the room much to Sakura's protest. As Kakashi came and saw there was a sealed array on the table, as it was a note telling him to meet him up on the roof. Arriving up there, he saw Naruto after telling his team to meet him up there. As Kakashi was surprised by the boy's attitude, he was nothing like what the report said. Coming up there, Kakashi talked to them and asked them about their likes and their dislikes. Sakura said that she hated Naruto, and Naruto said that why would you want a bitch like him? She tried to hit him, but he warned her. Kakashi was beyond surprised when he threw her right off the roof, as Kakashi had to go and catch her, as Sakura was shaken up. As Naruto apologized in a way, telling her that she shouldn't do dumb things if she don't expect dumb things to happen to her. As she just cursed at him, as they left, as Kakashi went to the Hokage's tower to talk about Naruto's behavior, while Naruto went out, as he did a transformation jutsu, as he went in a bar and started to drink. It's been a long time since he drank. So yeah guys, so it's basically last where we left off. You guys can switch across the page and check over yourself. So what do you say we begin this new episode? Kabuto, Kabuto, Kabuto. That was all that Naruto heard as he slowly opened his eyes, realizing that it was morning as he could see the sunlight penetrating through the... Wait, where the hell am I? He thought, looking around. This was definitely not his house, as his eyes landed on the girl next to him. She had short brown hair with brown eyes as well, as she was giving him a smile. Looking down, Naruto was surprised. He was still in his transformed state. The Kyuubi decided to fill him in right there. You must be confused. Yeah, a lot. Well, after you told me to hold up my chakra so that it wouldn't burn the alcohol out of your system, you took it to another level. Oh yeah, Naruto says he held his head, remembering all the things he did last night. Well, all the drinking. You told this girl that your name was Kabuto, remember? Her name was Aika. Oh yeah, the waitress. As Naruto looked at Aika, oh, hello there, Aika. As she looked at him with a smile. Are you okay? She asked. You've been sleeping for quite a long time now. Did we sleep together? Naruto said, out of the blue. Aika looked at him and blushed a bit. Oh, no, she said. You were just so wasted and I was locking up. Seeing that there was no one there and I don't really know where you live, I decided to bring you to my place so we can rest it off. Oh, thanks, Naruto said. But I wouldn't have mind, she said. Oh, you wouldn't, Naruto said, as he looked at her with a smile. Well, no, she said. But I don't really know you. So you told me that your name was Kabuto Hatake, right? Oh yeah, said Naruto. So where are you from? She said. We're exactly in Konoha, the upper district. Naruto felt his head throbbing. Hey kid, can I stop my chakra flow now from keeping up this hench? Oh yeah, thanks for that, Naruto said. You know, if you were the other one, he would have probably dropped the hench a long time ago, making me wake up in my normal form and making the girl scream. Yeah, he kinda prompted me that way sometime. Oh really, said Kurama. Hey, don't go thinking about that, said Naruto. You know it's time for you to meet up with your squad, right? Naruto looked over at the clock. God damn it, he said as he got out of bed. Kabuto, where are you going? She said. Naruto scratched the back of his head. You're probably gonna want to do this again, right? Well, I wouldn't mind, she said. Oh well, I lied. What do you mean? She asked. You see, Naruto placed his hand together as he was a poof of smoke. Aika's eyes went wide as she saw, replaced from the older gentleman, was a kid with spiky blonde hair and blue eyes. As her eyes went wide, I can explain, said Naruto. A few minutes later, Naruto was chased out of the house as he had to duck several household appliances. Hey, what's wrong with you? I explained. Get out of here, you liar, said Aika. Well, you're not that really important for me to lie to, Naruto said. Get out of here, she said, throwing some other things at him. I don't want to see you again. Hey, I might be a liar, but you know what you are? Huh? What am I? She asked. You're a pedophile, said Naruto. What? Well, I'm a kid, and I woke up in your house. Who knows what kind of things you did to me while I was sleeping? As Naruto was then assaulted by a lot more household appliances as he got his way out of there. Crazy bitch, he thought as he kept on jumping from rooftop to rooftop, until it then hit him like a rushing tornado as he fell off one of the rooftops, dropping right in an alley, dropping right in the garbage bin. As Naruto cursed several times over, Kyuubi? What is it? I know I told you that you should hold back your chakra so that the alcohol wouldn't burn out of me. But can you do something about this headache? I have a fix for that, but it's gonna hurt if you want me to get rid of it in one shot. Yeah, sure, said Naruto. Alright then. Just give me a warning when you're gonna... Naruto cried out in pain as his eyes became red and slitted as the Kyuubi's chakra coursed through his body as he collapsed down to the ground. It was then over in seconds as Naruto was huffing. I was just going to say that you need to give me a warning, Naruto said. Oh, sorry about that, said Kurama. As Naruto picked himself up, he then noticed several envoys jumping from rooftop to rooftops. I wonder what is going on. The moment Naruto stepped foot out of the alley, several envoys surrounded him. As he looked at all of them curiously, the leader of the squadron had short mask. Naruto Uzumaki, he said. Come with us immediately. Huh? Is something wrong? Naruto said. You are requested at the Hokage's tower. As Naruto decided to follow them. Moments later, the envoys all went away as Naruto arrived. As he was about to open the door, someone opened it for him, as he had to dress back. The moment the person opened the door, Naruto was sent crashing into the wall as a slap connected right in his face. He hit the wall with a loud thud. Naruto got up and groaned. What the hell? He said, looking around, as he saw a furious Yujiro glaring down at him. As Sarutobi sighed, Sarutobi then looked over. Tiger, he said, you can call off the search. Tell all of them that he's back. As Tiger nodded, yes Hokage-sama, he said, as he vanished. Hey, what was that for? Yujiro grabbed Naruto by his shirt and lifted him up. Where the hell were you? She asked. What? Said Naruto. I came home late last night. It was basically morning. I saw that no one had been at the compound. And I went to all of the training grounds looking for you. And I couldn't find you, so I went to the Hokage. And there was a search team out there searching for you. Sarutobi got up from his decks. Yes, Naruto-san, he said. It's been an hour. Yuji arrived rather early in the morning from her mission to find out that the compound was in touch. She knew that usually you have been home by these times, so she went and searched all the training grounds before coming to me. So where have you been? I had my envoy searching the entire village for you. Oh, well you see, Yujiro sniffed. What's that smell? She said, as she looked at Naruto, as she stepped rather close to him. As Naruto stepped back, as she then sniffed once more, a murderous look came in her eyes. Why do I smell liquor on your breath? Oh, about that, said Naruto as he started to step back. Sarutobi could only watch in anguish as she beat the living crap out of him. It was like a mother scolding her child. As Naruto could only wince in pain once she was done, which had a bright slap mark on it. As he looked up at her with a glare. Don't look at me like that, she said. You're just a kid. And who even sell you alcohol, she said. Well, I can't transform to anybody, you know that, right? She smacked him across the face once more for that sarcastic comment. Hey, you're gonna need to stop doing that, he said. Sarutobi sighed. What has come over you, Naruto, he said. You have just changed so much. He then got serious a bit. Have you been hearing voices in your head lately or something? He asked. Voices? Nah, I don't know what you're talking about, said Naruto. Hello, said Kurama. Well, he does need to know, said Naruto. As Kurama didn't say anything else. You know, I'm gonna be late for my test today. So can I go home now, Naruto asked. Fine, she said. Kids drinking liquor. What the hell is wrong with you? As Naruto sighed and walked off, he didn't feel like arguing at this moment, even though she just hit him a lot of time. But he just shrugged it off and walked away. Sarutobi looked at her. He had a smile on his face. Thank you again for your assistance to help finding him, Hokage-sama, she said. Well, Naruto is precious to me and this entire village. Although I'm happy that you have treated him as such. He's like your little son. She blushed a bit. Well, he is precious to me. Well, I'll be off, she said. Thank you for your help once more. As Sarutobi nodded, as he headed off. Arriving at the compound, Naruto took a bath. After taking his bath, he started to look around frantically, coming out of the shower. Oh yeah, Naruto said. I gave them to Tenten. Remember that he gave Tenten his blades for a father to check over it. As Naruto dried himself off, he put on a black shirt on, with the Uzumaki symbol in the front. He put on black pants with ninja boots, putting on his black fingerless gloves with the seals on them, and putting on his pouch. His headband was wrapped around his stomach area. As he opened his door, going into the living room, he saw Yujiro sitting there without her mask, as she was sipping some tea. Have a seat, she said, as he saw a warm cup of tea there waiting for him. He sighed and just went and sat down. Tell me, why were you drinking? She asked. You know you're still a kid, right? And you're still too young to be drinking. Well, I figure I got in a team, so I just went to have a small drink for the first time. And this is the first time, right? Yes, I promise, Naruto said. If it was anyone else, he'd probably tell him to go and screw off or anything else. But with her, she was special. She was the most precious person to him. As she walked over, leaving her tea, she pulled him into a tight hug. I was just so worried, she said, holding him firmly. I just couldn't think that you just went off when I didn't find you at the training grounds or anywhere else. And the envoys couldn't find you. The Hokage was going to call the Inuzakas to try and track you down. But I feared the worst because I thought that you probably got out of the village, or you were probably taken. You know what you have inside of you. The Hokage has assured me about that. And you know how other villages want that as well. And if anything shall happen to you, Naruto patted her on the back. It's okay, I'm perfectly fine. Next time, if I'm gonna go drinking, I'm gonna tell you. She breathed the hug and glared at him. What? I mean, when I'm older, he said. As she sighed. Yes, you can drink when you're older, but not now. Never now, she said to him. Fine, said Naruto. So where did you end up, she asked. Because, even if you were in some bar, the envoy should have found you. Oh, you see, after transforming, this woman took me home. What did you just say, she asked. Oh, don't worry. Nothing happened, she just took care of me. Well, you see, I'm kind of a charming guy when I drink. Wait, why would you know that? You said it was your first time drinking. Well, I'm just guessing, Naruto said. As she glared at him a bit, he looked over the clock on the wall. Oh, I'm running late for once. Huh, to think I'm gonna be late instead of Kakashi-sensei. She sighed. Good luck, she said. Huh, I'm Naruto Uzumaki. I don't really need it, he said. I'm always lucky. As she smiled and watched him leave. As she got the cups and rinsed them back out. She had a hard time coming back last night and couldn't find him after certain training fields where he was usually passed out because of a lot of training. She has become so close to this boy. He was like attached to her life. If she should ever lose him, it would be difficult on her. She also smiled, remembering the other man in her life, Hayate. He was still on that mission to Nami no Kune. He write her most of the time so she knew that he was fine. He should be coming back soon. As she put on her mask, after making sure everything was okay, she left the house. Moments later, whoa, Naruto says. He looked at his blade. Is he here, Naruto asks. Oh, sorry. My father went to get some goods, said Tenten. These look extra sharp, said Naruto. Well, he put a lot of work in it for you, knowing that it was you. And he was quite surprised by the craftsmanship of the blades. As even he wants to know who created them for you. I already told you I can't tell you, Naruto said. But why, she said. Come on, we are best friends. I know that, but just please, Naruto said. Alright, fine, I won't question you. Today is your test, right? Yeah. She looked over at the clock. You're running late. Yeah, I know. But Kakashi-sensei is usually late, so it's not really gonna be a problem. Well, good luck, Tenten said. Oh, yeah, thanks again, Naruto said. See ya. And with that, he left, getting a holster and strapping the blades to his back in an X motion. As he headed off, walking the street, he saw people glaring at him, but he paid them no mind. As he arrived at training ground 7, he saw that Sakura and Sasuke were already here. The moment he stepped into the clearing, Sakura glared at him with all her might, still remembering him throwing her off the roof. If it wasn't for Kakashi-sensei, she would have dropped. That bastard, she cursed as she looked at him with that harsh glare. Sasuke paid Naruto no mind after one glance. As Naruto walked up to the two of them, he looked at them. It's clear discomfort on his face. After all of this, he still didn't really like them. Yeah, he still didn't like them. But he figured this was a new world. And these were not the ones that screw him over. But they still have the same capacity and the same mindset. He still don't know what to think yet. Paying them no mind, he walked over without saying anything to them, as Sakura glared at him even more. But he didn't say anything. She couldn't take it anymore. "Why are you so late, Naruto-baka?" she said. "Well, I was doing something important, bitch." "What did you just say?" she asked him. "Well, if you keep on calling me an idiot, I'm gonna be calling you a bitch from now on." Sakura refrained from getting up, as she remembered the last time she tried to punch him, he threw her off a building. As she didn't want to test fate this time, she just glared at him even more. Even Sasuke was surprised at Naruto's change of attitude, as the dope has turned into something rather different. As Naruto didn't have to wait for too long, as Kakashi appeared in a poof. "Yo," said Kakashi. "Sensei, you're late," said Sakura. "We've been here since 6 AM. "Naruto just arrived though," she said, pointing at him. Quick to rat me out, even though I'm on your team." "You really deserve a name as a bitch," he said. "Shut up, Naruto-baka," she said. As Kakashi sighed, "This again." "Naruto, I'm gonna need you to take it easy on her," he said. "I know that she's, well, loud." "What?" said Sakura. "Sakura, you kinda are," said Kakashi. "Well, that doesn't mean anything," she said. "Naruto is still a baka. I just don't want any of the other incidents like what happened yesterday. No go throwing anyone off the roof." "Aye aye, Captain." Naruto Hatake has acknowledged your statement. Kakashi sighed as Sasuke glared at Naruto. Yesterday, Naruto introduced himself as Naruto Uchiha. Sasuke glared at him intensely, but Naruto paid him no mind, as Kakashi simply sighed. It was just Naruto's way of messing with him, Kakashi could see that. "Alright then, shall we get down to business?" Kakashi then pulled out 2 bells. "What are those, Sensei?" "Well, they're gonna be determined whether you become a genin or not." What do you mean?" Sakura asked. "We are already genin," she said. "Well, this is a test to see if you are capable enough for my standards." "What?" said Sasuke, speaking for the first time. "Well, that test you took in the academy was to see if you can pass the academy ranks. And this test is to see if you can pass my ranks. And who doesn't get a bell by the end of noon will be going back to the academy." "Wait, what?" Sakura and Sasuke said. Kakashi glanced at Naruto to see Naruto just looking around, not really paying attention. "Naruto," he said, "pay attention, if you don't want to get sent back to the academy." Yeah, Naruto said, "I heard you." "Alright then." "But wait, Sensei, there's only 2 bells. So, yes, that means one of you will be sent back to the academy regardless." As Sakura paled hearing that, she knew that her Sasuke-kun was strong. And despite his change of attitude, she could tell that Naruto has gotten stronger. She cursed. What if she wasn't able to graduate and be with her Sasuke? What would she do then? "The 3 of you will have to come to me and intend to kill, because if you don't, you will never get a bell," said Kakashi. Sasuke clenched his fist. He will graduate. He will pass and become a genin, because it's just one step closer for him to achieve his dream, to kill Itachi. As Sakura looked down, she wasn't so sure that she could do this. She think that she was going to fail. As Naruto was thinking to himself, he already know the main reason behind this test. Kakashi wanted them to show teamwork. He looked over at those 2, but those 2 dumbasses would probably do things by themselves than work with him. Sakura, still being a whiny bitch, and Sasuke, still thinking that he's better than everyone just because he's a damn Uchiha. He will have to force them to work with him, in one way or another. "Alright," said Kakashi as he placed a timer on the log. "In 3, 2, 1, begin!" Sasuke and Sakura flashed away, as Kakashi pulled out his little book. As he started to read, he narrowed his eyes at Naruto, who was just standing there. As Naruto then lied down on the ground. Is this some kind of a tactic?" "Not really, just tired," Naruto said. "You know, I heard about what happened this morning. You had the entire Onbus looking for you. I guess Yujiro is really protective of you." "Yeah, she's that way," Naruto said. "So aren't you gonna do anything?" Kakashi asked. "Nah, not yet," Naruto said. "The breeze is cool. The sun is not too hot. I can just relax. You don't have a problem with that, right?" "Well, as long as I get to enjoy my books," said Kakashi. I shouldn't have a problem there. Well, neither do I, Naruto said, as Naruto kicked back. Meanwhile, Sasuke and Sakura was watching, as they wondering what the hell was going on, both of them thinking the same thing. Naruto just lying there, as he was talking to Kakashi-sensei, wondering what he was doing. Back with Naruto. Hey, you wouldn't just give me the bells if I asked you, right? Well, that's surprising. You're the first one to ask me that, but no, why would I? So, those two over there, what do you think of them? Naruto asks. Well, they are your teammates. What do you think of them? Well, Sasuke is kind of arrogant. Well, what did I say kind of? I mean, he's a lot arrogant. And thinking that he's better than everyone else, that just made him stupid. And Sakura, pardon my language, but she's a bitch. I know you can't say it being our Jonin sensei and all, but she's a weak, whiny bitch. Most people don't see it because she's smart at bookwork, but coming to the ninja thing, she'd probably die in 2 seconds if you let her out there. But I guess this is a way of testing us to see how we're gonna back up each other, right? Kakashi narrowed his eyes at Naruto. What did you just say? He asks. Never mind, said Naruto as he got up. As he started to walk away, Kakashi looked at Naruto strangely. Why did he just lie here and talk to him like that? Was he planning something? Was he setting up something? The moment Naruto was a distance away, he vanished in a swirl of leaf. As Kakashi narrowed his eyes, sunshine. Meanwhile, Sasuke clenched his fist. How did the dope do that, he wondered to himself. Hey, Sasuke. Sasuke jumped as he looked around. What? What are you doing here, dope? Well, we need to talk. About what? Sasuke said. Well, if you're gonna pass this test, you're gonna need my help. Why would I need a dope help? I don't need your help, so get the hell out of here. I'm an Uchiha after all. Just because you're Uchiha, you think you can pass this test? I don't need your help. Get lost, dope. Sasuke was rather surprised when he felt something grab his hair. Hey, what the hell you're doing? He tried to hit Naruto, but Naruto slapped away his hand rather hard. As Sasuke winced as it sting, he glared up at Naruto as Naruto grabbed his hand and placed it behind him, holding his hair and holding his hand, just dragging him along. Sakura was crouched down as she was looking for an opportunity to attack her sensei when she heard muffled sounds coming towards her. It was then that Sasuke was thrown right in front of her. Sasuke looked up and glared at Naruto as he clenched his fist tight, as he couldn't believe how did Naruto hold him that way. He couldn't even break out of that hole. What the hell is going on? Sasuke-kun? Naruto Baka, said Sakura. What is going on? You two be quiet, Naruto said. As Sasuke glared at him but didn't say anything. Alright. Sakura, you're smart. I can give you that. Have you ever seen a team with one Jonin sensei and 2 Genins? Well, she hesitated for a second. No, I've never seen a team like that. Yes, because it's a trick. Sasuke narrowed his eyes thinking. What was the dope going on about? Think about it. We are 3 freshly graduated Genins. Do you really think we have a chance of beating a Jonin sensei who has been on the field for years now and had a ton load of experience? As it clicked to the both of them. But Sasuke didn't say anything. You're right. But what are we supposed to do then? It's teamwork. That is why he brought 2 belts. He wants to see if we will fight amongst each other or if we will work together. You know, that actually sounds like you're right. But she looked over at Sasuke. Sasuke didn't say anything as he was thinking. What should we do, Sasuke-kun? Naruto sighed. He was the one that gave them the information and now she was asking Sasuke what to do. He cleared his throat, making Sakura look at him. I have a plan to make the 3 of us pass. Despite everything, I guess I have to work with the 2 of you. Sasuke simply grunted as, swallowing his pride, he thought to himself, if he could pass this, he will become a genin, and then he will get missions to get the experience and to become stronger. If it takes working with these 2 idiots to beat Itachi, he will do it. What do you have in mind, dope? Well, Sasuke, listen up. Sasuke glared at Naruto. Moments later, Kakashi was still in the clearing, wondering. None of them had attacked him yet. He still feel a bit weary. Naruto just sitting here, like he did something, but he didn't know what Naruto did. but he shrugged it off as nothing for now. It was then he saw Sakura jumping out of the bushes. She had several kunais as she thrust them all towards him. He noticed that explosive tags were attached to all of them. He quickly jumped away into the forest as they exploded, creating a minimum tremor right at the edge. As he landed on one of the tree branches, he then had to jump away as a massive fireball tear right through the branches, burning them. Landing on the ground, he saw Sasuke landing in front of him. Sasuke pulled a kunai and threw it to the side as it cut a rope. Two hands burst from the ground and grabbed Kakashi's feet as a large log came down on Kakashi with a boom. When the log was moved away, Kakashi had substituted with a wood as he appeared right behind Sasuke. He grabbed Sasuke by the shirt and twirled him around, but then Sasuke smirked as he exploded. Kakashi appeared in the forest using the Sunshin to get away. He was rather surprised. The fire style and the explosive clone technique. Hey, so did you like my clone explosive technique, Naruto asked. As Kakashi turned to see Naruto standing there, expect he couldn't see Naruto's face. Naruto was wearing a white, plain mask that showed no visible sign, only his eye holes. He couldn't even see Naruto's eyelash or anything, just his eyes. The pupil looking back at him. So, making a clone to transform into Sasuke, I must say, you have good control there. Even used as your clone standards that cut your chakra into half. I must give you a round of applause for that. But that's gonna take a lot more to defeat me. Well, you have put away your book, said Naruto. So I guess, you're taking us a bit serious now. Kakashi smirked. Well, let's see what you have. Oh, not me, Naruto said. Sasuke leaped out of the clearing and started to attack Kakashi, who started to block his kicks and punches with ease. Kakashi had to jump and dodge as several kunais from Sakura came out as well. As Naruto stood there, on the other side of the clearing, one of Naruto clones with Sage Mode on poofed away, as Naruto felt Sage Mode rush into his body. Alright, I'm gonna have one opening for this. I'm gonna need you to pump a great portion of your chakra into my legs. I just need the speed. Enhanced with my Sage Mode and your chakra. He will be caught off guard and surprised. That is the only way we're going to do this. I don't think going up against Kakashi now, showing off too much would be wise. You're probably right. They're gonna start to ask questions about you, and how do you learn all these things? And they're gonna want to know if I have been in contact with you as well. And you don't want to be in the spotlight that much, said Kurama. You know me like a book, said Naruto. Kakashi watched as Sasuke jumped away and went through another fan signs, as he released a massive fireball. As Kakashi fled to the forest, Kakashi came to a stop, as he had a smile under his mask, despite the situation. They are already working as a team. I must applaud them on that. I'm guessing that Naruto was the one who made them do it. He seemed to have a good head on his body. Well, I wonder why hasn't he attacked me yet? He's probably waiting for an opening. He's probably gonna sneak around. Hey Kakashi Sensei! Kakashi turned. Maybe I was wrong. As Naruto jumped off the tree branch and started to run towards him. He's still too slow to get me. Kakashi got the shock of his life when Naruto simply blared away with speed. That made Kakashi thought that he teleported, as Kakashi felt something crash right into him, knocking him off balance. He saw that it was Naruto. For a split second there he saw, right into the eye hole of the mask, to see something that confused him. He didn't see Naruto normal, blue eyes. Staring back at him was a black line in Naruto's eyes, with an orange background. Despite being surprised, Kakashi grabbed Naruto and flipped him around, after throwing him up, kicking him away, as Naruto flipped several times and landed on his feet. Well, I must say you caught me off guard there. That was the Shunshin. That was just pure speed. I must say I'm impressed by your speed. Oh, did you manage to get so fast? Well, I have been working on my speed a lot, Naruto said. Well, thanks for the compliment. Coming from a Jonin sensei like you, it means a lot. So what now? Are you going to attack me head on? Oh, no, Naruto said. You see, the test is already over. Kakashi looked down as his eyes went wide. Wait, oh, think about it. Do you think I was just bumping into you because I wanted to? As Kakashi was shocked, his one visible eye wide open, as Sakura and Sasuke walked out. It worked, Sakura said, a big smile on her face, as she never knew the Baka would come with a genius plan like that. But for him to be able to get the belts, she was impressed, but he was still a Baka. As Sasuke had a small smirk on his face. As Kakashi looked at Naruto, well, as surprised as I am, it seems like you got the belts. But now, what are you gonna do, Naruto? Naruto took off his mask as Kakashi saw his eyes. They were back to normal, making Kakashi even more confused as he wondered what just happened. And why was he wearing a mask in the first place? What was he hiding? So Naruto, you have the belts. Only one of them can join you. Who are you gonna choose? Your best friend Sasuke. As Sasuke grumbled at that. Or your girlfriend Sakura. Making Sakura scoff. Never, she said. As Naruto did not reply, he just threw the two bells towards him, as the both of them catch them. Kakashi looked at him. So you're failing yourself. How noble of you. Nah, I'm not failing myself, said Naruto. Think about it. You don't really think that you can pull something off like that? Having a team with two Genins. That would be quite disheartening. And just one Jonin Sensei. I've never seen a team like that before in my life. So you can cut the crap. I think the real reason for this test was teamwork. You want to see how we do it as a team. And as you can see, we work together. So why don't you go ahead and just pass us already? Kakashi was beyond shock. This was totally a different kid from what he got from the reports. This Naruto was smart, fast, strong, and learned how to think on his feet. It seems that those academy teachers were just biased against him. Well, it seems like you have figured out my little test. I must applaud you for that. The three of you working together was brilliant. Well then, from today on, we shall be known as Team 7. Sakura yelled in joy, making the others hold their ears, as she was just so happy she would be with her Sasuke-kun. As Naruto sighed, looking over at Sasuke and Sakura, this is where things started to heat up. This is his chance to either save them or to kill them, he thought to himself. As Kakashi just gave them all a eye smile. He was quite proud of them, especially Naruto. Very proud. Time skip. 2 weeks later. Naruto picked himself up out of bed as he yawned and stretched. Looking over to the clock, he sighed. Another boring day with Team 7. Another boring day ramp missions. That is all they have been doing recently. But Naruto didn't mind that because he had not been going there since the first time they showed up. Already knowing that they're going to be doing all those missions, he had been sending a clone the entire time. A blood clone that he made from a seal, placing a seal on one of his regular clones. He gave it enough chakra, making it even able to sweat, be like the real him, so that he wouldn't have to go. He has gotten to master back at least some of his jutsus, mostly wind based, but he has relearned at least 3 lightning based jutsus. He wasn't all that good at earth, just mostly learning the earth shaker and the mud wall. He was pretty good at water affinity, able to use water at such a level back in his old time, where he could suck the moisture from the air. But this body of his still doesn't reach that level yet. It still needed more control even though he was getting good. He can even last longer in Sage mode. Everything was coming along quite well. There was just this part of his clone technique that seemed to cut him from his other life. Usually he was able to regain the information from his clones, seeing that his clones knew about his past life, but from waking up in the field at the forest of death, he can't remember anything even when he dispels his clones. But other from that, he can remember everything and still get the muscle memory from his training. But it was strange. It seems that the god of death decided to cut that life completely from him. No matter what he did, he still can't regain all that information. Back how he grew up. When he met UJO first and all that. But his clones has filled him in on that part, seeing that they knew about it but he didn't. So that he wouldn't look stupid if they were talking like when they first met or something like that. Having a bath. As Naruto put on a white t-shirt. It had a long sleeve, with black markings going all around it, giving it a nice style. He had on dark grey pants, long pants that went down, with black boots. Putting on white, fingerless gloves, he headed out into the hall. As he heard coughing, already know who that was coming from. He has only met Hayate a handful of times, but the guy was okay. As Naruto stepped inside to see Hayate at the kitchen table, he was there standing, talking with Yujiro. As the man then coughed. That was rather strange. Even in the past, the man just usually coughed for no reason. Did he have a cold or something? Shouldn't he go and get that checked out? Yujiro giggled to something that he said as she walked over and kissed him. As Naruto cleared his throat, as the both of them break apart. "Oh, hey there Naruto," she said. "Well, good morning." "Hey, good morning," Naruto said Hayate. "Oh, good morning you two," Naruto said. "I want to talk to you two about something." "Oh, what is it?" said Yujiro, thinking that Naruto probably don't like when Hayate was here. "Oh, it's not anything serious, it's just that you know you two don't live here, right? I'm not saying nothing is wrong, it's just when you're going to have sex, it's really annoying for me to hear." The both of them blushed in embarrassment. "You heard that?" said Hayate. "Yeah. You two were really loud. You thought I was asleep, but no, if you're gonna do that, the both of you have a house. Why don't you go there?" As Yujiro scratched the back of her head. "Sorry about that," she said in embarrassment. "I guess that is my fault. I spent so much time here. I kinda took the instinct that I kind of live here. Coming up here, even invite Hayate up here. Not even paying attention. I'm sorry if we disturb you." "Yeah, you did," Naruto said. Hayate thought that the boy would say it okay and just leave it all, but the boy was persistent. I mean, with all that grinding, all that screaming and all that. Yujiro blushed in embarrassment. "That's enough," she said, looking down rather embarrassed. As Naruto simply chuckled. He then walked off. "Hey, wait, aren't you gonna eat breakfast?" she asked. "I'll catch something on my way out. Today's a special day." "Huh? Why is that?" she asked. "Oh, we're probably gonna get our first good mission today." "Well, you know you have to do a lot of D ranks, right? Before getting anything more." "Oh yeah, I know that," Naruto said. "I just have a good feeling." "Well, if you say so." "See you two." "Alright, see you kid," said Hayate. As Naruto left the house. As Yujiro sighed. "I can't believe you heard us." "Well, you were screaming awfully loud," said Hayate. "That's because of you," she said. "Well, I knew I was good. But was it that good?" he said, making her chuckle. As she blushed. "You know, he's gone now. We have the entire place to ourselves." "Say less," said Hayate, as she jumped on him. As she giggled as he started to nibble on her neck. Meanwhile, Naruto was walking on the road. He was cursing. Right now in his old life, he will be with some girls. Be at his house or somewhere else. But girls will be there, of course. But now he was here, in this small little body of his. He needs to step up things. He needs to grow a bit faster. Because being this small, as they weren't even ready for the tuning exams yet. And not to mention the whole Garo situation. Well, Temari was hot. As he smiled to himself, well, he doesn't have to think about that now. "Sorry, Shikamaru," he said to himself, shaking his head as he started to walk off. An important matter struck him. As he remembered crying Yujiro. He didn't know her so well back then in his past life. The reason she was crying, she was at the memorial, where he saw that she left, placed on her mask. It was in the middle of the night, when he was doing some last minute training for the final of tuning exams. He read the stone name. It was Hayate. As he remembered the old man saying that one of the proctors for the exam died. Given that he didn't really care back then, Remember what the old man said though? He was killed. As Naruto figured it had to do something with the sand and stone invasion. And he will go to hell before making Eugeo suffer like that. He didn't really pay attention to her. But when he ever saw her at the Hokage's office, despite her mask, he could just see it. She had lost everything. And he would never let that happen. So he has to find and stop whoever is going to try and kill Hayate before anything happens. Moments later, Golden Bird is in your sights, said Kakashi. But he heard nothing. Golden Bird, he said, as he heard a loud grumble over the communication. I told you if you call me that stupid code name, I'm not gonna answer you. And yeah, I phoned little bastard, Naruto said. Kakashi, Sakura, and Sasuke then heard a lot of screaming coming from the cat, Tora, as it sounded like Naruto was killing the poor thing. As Kakashi went over to the scene and saw Naruto with several claw marks over his face, as he was holding the poor cat by the back of his neck up. Naruto, you can't kill the object that we're supposed to capture. This damn cat deserves worse than death, Naruto said, as he growled at the cat, who just glared back at him. As he looked at the cat, wondering if this cat have a mind of his own, thinking, knowing what is going on, and he's doing this on purpose, just to mess with them. He looked over at Sasuke, who had that same stupid look on his face that Naruto hates so much. It was like he was just better than all of this. Yeah, it was a stupid D-Rank mission, but Naruto didn't like that look one bit, as Sakura was just looking at Sasuke with heart in her eyes. As a smile came on Naruto's face, he then pinched the cat, allowing the cat to snarl at him. Hey! Sasuke turned as Naruto threw the cat right into Sasuke's face. The cat went primal and started to slash out with claws. As Sakura cried out in agony, seeing her Sasuke gun get sliced up by the cat. As Naruto chuckled, Kakashi looked over at Naruto. Despite the situation, he giggled a bit. Moments later, a pissed off Sasuke stepped into Hokage's tower, holding the cat by his collar. As a woman rushed over, "Oh, you find my baby," she said as she grabbed Tora. As she started to squeeze him, it was a fire daimyo wife. As Sasuke smirked, seeing the cat get his life choked out of him. Yes, die you stupid vermin, Sasuke thought. As Naruto just stood there with a smirk on his face as Sakura was glaring at him, knowing that he did it on purpose. "Thank you for your help again," she said as she looked at the Hokage. "My pleasure, ma'am," he said. As the woman exited and left. Team 7, another successful mission done, said Sarutobi with a smile on his face. For once, they all saw Sasuke lost his cool. "Enough," Sasuke said. As he looked at Sarutobi, Haruka was there as well. "What are you talking about, my boy?" said Sarutobi. "These missions are not worthy of my time. D-rank, D-rank, D-rank after D-rank. These are just chores. I need something better. I need something to test my skill." "Be quiet, Sasuke," said Haruka. "These missions are necessary. Before you move on to anything more dangerous, you need to start on the bottom first." "But these are just chores," Sasuke said, "and I'm tired of them. No more." As Kakashi sighed, Sarutobi sighed as well. He figured this would happen given this team dynamic. He was looking at Naruto curiously, who wasn't saying anything at all. As Sarutobi told him about Naruto's dilemma, told him about his eyes. Sarutobi hearing the description of the eyes, as he had a wild thought, but that was just impossible. The way Kakashi described them, it sounds like Sage Mode. Well, he had seen Minato eyes while in Sage Mode, and that was the same description, but that was just impossible, right? Yes, he quickly ruled that out. There was no way Naruto could have Sage Mode. So there was another reason. Probably Kakashi saw wrong in the heat of the moment. But even Kakashi was surprised by Naruto's speed and the way he spoke of it. Kakashi wondered what's going on with Naruto. He's changed a lot, more calm, gotten a lot stronger, as he wondered if Naruto has been hiding his true strength all along, and just waiting for him to graduate. And he did figure out the true purpose of the test. He would have to talk to Eugeo about this, to see how hard she was training Naruto. Well, he was progressing a lot, so Saruto wouldn't complain at all. as the boy was becoming stronger and stronger by the day. What do you think, Kakashi? Do you think that your team is ready for a higher rank mission? Well, they have done everything excellent so far. And they have done the teamwork exercise as well. So yes, I think you can give them something higher. Well then, send him in, said Sarutobi. As Naruto turned his head, instantly recognizing the man. He knew that this mission was a sham, as he looked at Azuna. But if he said something about that, they would want to know how he knew, and also, he wouldn't get to protect Inere and Tsunami from Goto. So he was going to keep his mouth shut for now, until things rubber themselves out. Meanwhile, that was going on. You're finally here, said Goto with a smile on his face. I want you to take care of this bridge builder for me. What about my payment? Said the voice. Half right now and half when you're done. You know if you come up short, I'm gonna kill you, old man. Oh, don't be so angry, Zabuza. You may be the demon of the mist, but money controls everything now. So don't get your panties in a bunch. I would suggest you watch your tone, speaking to Zabuza-sama that way. Huh? Hey Zabuza, you need to tell your assistant to watch her mouth. Before she talks to me. I am the one supplying you after all. Just get down to it. Well, I figure that you might need some more help given the fact that the old bridge builder went to the Fire Nation. I figure he's going to Konoha to try to get help from Konoha ninjas. Despite knowing your reputation, if you are to lose, that would be quite disappointed. So, I've hired some extra help. I already have the Demon Brothers at my disposal. So what else help do we need? Well, we can't play too safe, said Goto. As the door then opened up. Zabuza turned as he was surprised. You? You hired him? Said Zabuza. But guys, we'll be ending this episode right here. If you want the next part of this, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn the bell notifications they posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in your social media platform. But for now, I'm out of here. Peace.